I think we all can agree that this month has been garbage in particular. Um, let alone the year. This year, 2016. Oh man. Really, really just one of those X's you just don't even want to remembering. Really awful. Like even right now as I speak, sitting here in my house by myself, things are still just not exactly going the way I planned. My hair looks like probably like one of those like peach gummy rings. They're disgusting in my point of view. And so my hair feels disgusting. I also can't find my hat, which I had maybe 5 minutes ago. Where did it go? Who knows? Is that how my night's gonna be? It sure is. But seriously, everything about this year can go fuck itself. Everything about this month can go fuck itself and then get fucked. Pardon my language. I just think we're all in some similar boat, and normally people find comfort in being able to relate, but we're all drowning in like 18 feet of shit. And no one wants to admit it, and we can't help each other because when you're drowning and other people are drowning, you can't just stop drowning. But that's what everyone else is like. Everyone maybe 20 years older than us is just like, well, just stop drowning. Or learn to swim. You don't learn to swim while you're drowning. You fucking drown. No one is like, oh, I might drown. I better prepare for drowning right now, in this minute. No one thinks about that. We don't wake up and think about that kind of shit. We don't wake up and think, today's just gonna be awful. Okay, we do. I do. We shouldn't, but we do. And it's the worst. And you want to know why it's the worst? I want to know why it's the worst too. Because we're the kind of people, and I say we're, and I'm using that as a broad spectrum gesture to anyone who relates even mildly to what's been happening in life so far, whether it be me, you, or around the world. Just garbage. It's garbage. Everything's garbage. We might as well just fucking wear trash bags because we are actually trash. Just, oh my god. Where's my, I really want my hat. We've lost so many amazing people this year. And despite knowing that no one is immortal, no one's prepared for someone of great importance in anyone's life to die. And just after another, it's been like just constant blows to the gut to a lot of us. And what are we supposed to do? Like, the first couple of deaths and like the things we have running for president, like, those were all kind of like conglomerate. Those were all together at the beginning of the year. We were just like, okay, all right, okay. Like, it's still maybe like February, mid-January. We still had hope. And then people kept dying, and things kept happening to like numerous amounts of people at once. People are still dying, and things are blowing up, and suddenly everyone's just like, oh, stop the world. I want to get off. But that's the funny thing about gravity. It keeps you stuck on your feet, or in your bed, or to the sidewalk, or after you've fallen, you're face first in a pile of horseshit. You're stuck there because gravity won't let you get off of this fucking awful carnival ride we know as the planet Earth in the year 2016. I can't even put my problems into perspective of the people that aren't white, that have less of an income, that don't even have houses, that live in a different country where freedom isn't really even spoken of in the same manner. And yet it still sucks. Everything's fucking awful. Why? Why? It's gotten to the point where when I go into work and I'm on my break, I sit there and I stare at my phone because all of my responsibilities are constantly popping up and as a reminder on my phone because I'm now connected to everything that I didn't ask to be made. None of us did. None of us were like that one sperm and that one particular egg that were just like, oh, fucking pick me so I can pay taxes and bills, right? Right? If you're my age, or within my age range, within the 10-year difference of me, I'm pretty sure you're feeling the same way. Like, you didn't ask for this. We see other people our age that we graduated with, or that will be graduating, and we're just like, oh man, they have their shit together because they're going to college, or because they're getting married, or having a kid. No. 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 Their life is just as much of a mess as yours is, I guarantee it. No one's ready for any of the adulthood that's been slapped into our faces like fucking turkey on Thanksgiving from grandma. Everyone around us who's been through it at our age is just like, it gets better. It gets better. Things will happen and it'll get better. You just keep pushing forward. You just do what Grandma Jane and Aunt Margaret told you, because that's what Aunt Jane and Margaret did, and you're just gonna do fine. You young millennials have the whole world ahead of you. I have rheumatoid arthritis. Do you? That's fantastic. Over 50% of us are probably suffering from some awful mental illness because we can't even fucking comprehend and or cope with our daily lives anymore because of all the bullshit that's just being piled onto our shoulders. If any one of you owns the name Atlas, I'm so sorry. Because even he couldn't bear the weight of the world, and that's what we have to do now. On top of every single little thing that's happened in our lives, our independent lives, from customer service to family members just knocking on our doors and pounding them down, to deaths, to responsibilities popping up on the ground like fucking dandelions that you're trying to mow the lawn with scissors. It's just not good. It just isn't working the way it's supposed to. I guarantee this isn't the way things are supposed to be. I don't know how they're supposed to be, because they've never been the way they're supposed to be. We've always heard tales of our parents growing up in difficult times and prospering through them, and that's when the bundle of joy known as us came into their lives, and suddenly things were better despite being worse because they couldn't afford to feed us, because they couldn't afford to feed themselves so they could feed us. So they were working 3 jobs. Now we're doing that, and we're just like, there's silence. Even the ones that do have kids and are working 3 jobs to feed their kids and starving on their own, there's silence. Because it's not getting better for anyone at all, ever. I looked at my visa, which I was closely unapproved for, but luckily approved for at the beginning of the month. And as I'm sitting in my car 20 minutes before work, it hit me like a fucking brick to the face that I could just go. I have a $3,000 credit line on my visa. That's pretty good, but I've been working on my credit because that's the only thing I was ever told to build besides my dreams as a child and at 18. So my credit score is pretty damn decent, and I guess I'm thankful for that. And because of that decent credit score, I have a visa. And $3,000. I could just go. $3,000 won't give you a life of luxury, but it'll get you the fuck out of Dodge if that's what you want. I'd sleep in my car. I've done it before. I already look like I live in my car. I don't even know how far it would make it out of state, but I sat there 20 minutes before work and just thought, I can go. I could just leave. I don't have anything tying me down. Nothing is tying you down either. You can just go. Sure, it's considered crazy or abruptly leaving, and people will send search parties and the police after you, and you might be leaving a life behind. But when you have to sit there and contemplate whether or not to do that, which one's better, something's not right. It's not right. I say this collectively. We're not okay. And the generations before us keep pushing us forward, like, go make our Social Security. We're fine. We'll be retiring. And then the ones that aren't pushing us are yanking us by the fucking hair on our legs, because we all have leg hair. And they're just saying, it's because of you that I don't get to retire in luxury. I'm sorry you don't get to play golf at age 56. I don't want to play golf at age 56. I think I'd rather work, because it gets me away from the people that make me work. Is that ironic? It is ironic, because it happens to all of us. And it's unreal. I go to work so I can afford to go to work. I literally go to work so I can afford to go to work. So I can eat. So I can function properly at work. So I can put gas in my car. So I can get to work. It's a cycle. On top of that, everything else is just fucking ridiculous. I'm just here to tell you, something's not right. And when I said all of us, it can be you too. You don't have to be my age. It's just a lot of people my age. I realized we don't have our shit together like everyone anticipated we would. I don't know what happened. I don't know if anything good is gonna happen ever again. But you're definitely not drowning in this 16-foot pile of shit by yourself. So, I mean, at the end of this era, century, whatever it may be, scientists are going to uncover 8,000 millennial bones at the bottom of a shit pit. And they're going to be like, what the hell happened? This isn't the La Brea tar pits. But it is. Of our century. And all of it's metaphorical. Because there's not actually shit we're drowning in. I think I would rather be drowning right now, to be completely honest.